Dollar Tree gift bags aren't just for giving gifts. Let's craft with them. What a gorgeous gift bag I found at the Dollar Tree. And I love it because one side has this like removable piece, or you don't have to remove it, but I'm going to. And the other side's just normal. So I've also got this piece of wood that looks like a clover, and then a couple of paint stir stick pieces that I had left behind. I just want to use things up in my stash. These are attached by these little foam sticker things that lift it up a teeny bit. Anyway, I'm just going to carefully remove each one or lift it off the actual gift bag so that I have just the Christmas tree. I'm going to lay this Christmas tree on top of the clover. What I want to do is just outline where the wood is going to show, and then I'm going to take my blade and I'm just going to cut off those chunks where those lines were drawn. So there you see, I've cut them off. Now this will fit perfectly behind the Christmas tree without showing. I'm also going to remove the little foam stickers. I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm going to go ahead and cover the whole entire back, and then I'm going to lay that Christmas tree right over it so that it attaches very nicely. I'm also going to roll my brayer over it to make sure that it makes good contact. Now I'm going to take some hot glue and I'm going to take the first piece of paint stir stick and put it right down the center near the top for additional support for that top part. And then I'm going to lay one across the bottom where the tree is wider and just add some more support. I just want to make sure that this is pretty sturdy. You know, it's just got that really thin little clover thing behind it. I'm going to tie a little knot in a loop of twine and attach that with hot glue and masking tape like I always do. And you could stop right here if you wanted to. You could just say, that's it, this is done, it's easy, and just hang it up somewhere. But I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna add some greenery. I've got these beautiful evergreen pieces that I get on Amazon. They come quite a few every time you order them, and it's a very good price. So to me, it's a better deal than even Dollar Tree. And so I love getting them from Amazon. If you're interested, they're always in my Amazon store if you want to look for it down in the description box. I'm going to hot glue them to the very base of this tree, right where the little trunk is. And then I've got this kind of gold glittery pine cone with leaves on it, and we're going to add that right in the center. It becomes like a little swag now. I've got these velvet bows. They're already made from Walmart. I bought them a couple years ago and it was a really good price. So it just saved me the trouble of making these little red bows. And I'm just going to attach it to the very top of the tree. And I just think that finishes it off perfectly. And I'll secure the ends or the tails of the bow just so they stay in place. I think this came out so cute and it was incredibly easy to put together. And you'll just have to let me know what you think of this adorable gift bag hack. Besties, today's video is part of a Christmas collaboration with some very talented crafters here on YouTube. Our host is Liana DIY, and you will love her channel. The link will be down in the description box, as will the playlist, and I hope you will go check all of these videos out. You will love every single one of these ladies. They are wonderful. I have worked with them before, and I know you will be incredibly inspired by their work and by them. Can you believe how gorgeous this gift bag is? And one side has a little bit of glitter on it. I've got this sign that I got in a Michael's grab bag, so I didn't really pay full price for it, and it doesn't fit my style, but it's a really cute sign. But I want to use the wood because I think it's gorgeous. I'm just going to take the hanger off where it was and put it on the other direction with some hot glue and masking tape, because that's the direction that the picture will go from the gift bag. So I want to make sure it's lined up the correct way when we hang it up. Now, if you don't have a picture like this, you could use any kind of wood, just attach wood slats with pieces behind them, or any old sign, whatever you have. Now, I'm going to sand off that glitter so it's not there. And then I'm going to cover this entire front of the sign in Mod Podge, and then I'm going to let that dry. We're going to cut out the gift bag, the front page there, the front part of the gift bag that has the shimmery stuff on it. And we're going to remove the little hanger and the little card on it because we won't need that, but we could save that for something else. That could be a nice hanger for a future project. So I'm going to position this over that sign, and of course it's got the two holes where the hanger was. I'm going to take blue and white marker, and I'm just going to keep painting it until it blends in with the color on the gift bag picture so that you just won't even notice it. And it does do a really good job of that. Now I'm going to do this technique where, because the Mod Podge has dried, we're going to lay the picture down and some parchment paper over it and take a little iron and just iron over the top, and that heat activates the Mod Podge and then it will stick. And by the way, if you are new here or you haven't subscribed, I would invite you to join me. I'd love to have you here. We have so much fun together. So I hope to see you again in another video too. Okay, now it's all attached, and we're going to take a sanding sponge. You could take any kind of sanding element that you want. In a downward motion, we're just going to go around all the edges, and we'll get a nice clean edge by doing this. And I'll do this around the entire picture, and then those slats will kind of go in between the little pieces and just get the look of those slats there. You'll see when I turn it over here. See how I got those slats as well? You just kind of angle the sanding sponge. I'm going to take some Rub and Buff, and I ordered mine from Amazon. I love Rub and Buff. You can add it to any kind of gold thing or accent, and you don't have to use your finger, by the way. I just do, and then I wash it off. You can use a brush or a cloth. I'm going to go around all the edges and kind of frame this picture because there is gold in the picture, and I thought by doing that, it would just tie the whole thing together and give it a higher end look. Isn't that beautiful? I absolutely love it. Have to let me know what you think, and is this something you might like to try? Found this adorable gift bag at Dollar Tree, and it's got one of those removable pieces on the front, and then the other side is flat. And I've also got this beaded wreath ring, and I thought that would look so pretty together. So I'm just going to remove that top piece. It's just held together by little foam stickers that give it a little bit of a raised look. And it does come off easy. You just have to be careful so you don't rip anything. Now that I've got it off, I'm going to position it over the top of this beaded ring, and I'm going to make sure that where the connectors where it comes together is at the top, because we can use that for a hanger to attach a hanger. I'm going to go around with hot glue. You can use any kind of glue you want, but this is so lightweight. I thought hot glue would be just fine, and if I ever wanted to change it out, then it would be easy enough to get it off and add something else. Anyway, I'll just go around for any piece that's kind of hanging over the beads and add a little dab of hot glue underneath it until I get all the way around the circle, and then it is attached very, very well. So easy to do. We're going to add a hanger. Like I said, right where that connector is, we'll put it. And I'm just going to take a little piece of twine, loop it with a knot. I'm going to use hot glue and masking tape to attach it. And that's as easy as possible. This thing is so light, you don't require a whole lot to secure this. And now I'm going to add just that little bit of glue where I see a spot that maybe didn't attach as nicely as I hoped that it would. No big deal, just a couple little spots I needed to touch up, and then it was nice and secure. Now I'm going to take this gold glittery pine cone with leaves on it, and I'm just going to attach it right at the top there to cover up that metal connector and just give it a nice centerpiece at the top. I thought that would be really, really pretty. And I have this tendency to not decide which leaf I want at the top or the bottom or whatever, so I twist it around a lot until I find the look that I want. And then I'm going to take these evergreen picks from Amazon, and I use them all the time for my Christmas DIYs. And I'm just going to attach one to each side, kind of like a little swag. And I thought that just added so much to this. I love the look. But I did want to add just a teeny bit more. So I've got a couple other little pieces of evergreen that I'm just going to add at the bottom there to kind of fill in. Thought that just made it a little bit fuller, and I just had these extra pieces, so it just worked out perfectly. You could add whatever you want, even things with color. I just thought this was very simple, very pretty, and this would look really nice on a door or wherever you want to hang it. So easy to make. You'll have to let me know what you think of this one. Got this really pretty gift bag that says Happy Holidays, and I thought I would try something a little different. I've also got this long piece of wood. Actually, it has a little pumpkin cut out on it that I got at the Dollar Tree, and it was in my stash. I'm going to cut off one side of the gift bag. Then I'm going to remove the hanger and the little card because I could use that for something in the future. And now I'm just going to draw lines around the word happy and holiday so that I can cut them out separately. And this just gives me a nice straight line to cut them out. I'm going to try piecing this together. It's a little tricky, and I'm not sure that I would do this again, but I wanted to show you since I committed to doing it. So I need to cut off a little piece of that sign with the pumpkin because I didn't need the whole thing. So I'm just going to draw a line and score it with my blade until it just breaks right off, and then I'll sand the edge to smooth that out. And now the sign is just the perfect size. So you can see here that I'm positioning all the pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint the whole top of it with Mod Podge and let that dry. Now, I'm going to put a hanger on the back first before I do anything else. I'm going to use twine. I'm going to take a couple little pieces from that gift bag just so it all matches instead of using masking tape like I usually do. But I just thought that looked kind of cute and I wanted to do it. So now I'm going to place everything on the sign just the way I want it. I'm going to take my iron, and because the Mod Podge is dry, the heat activates it and it will stick without wrinkles or bubbles. I did have one little piece that overlapped, so I did paint some Mod Podge underneath and smooth over the top. I'm going to take a sanding sponge and just go around any edges that hung over in a downward motion and get a nice clean edge on the whole thing. I'm going to cover the entire thing with Mod Podge just to seal it in. Now I'm going to take some evergreen picks that I got from Amazon. You could use any kind of picks that you like, and to make a little swag on the bottom. And I'm just going to add those picks. I'm going to add another piece to each end to make it extend the whole bottom of the sign. Since it's a long, rectangular sign, I thought that would look really nice. Then I've got some little picks I'm going to add just to the center to give it a little bit more fullness, and just be careful not to cover up the words when I do that. I've also got 3 gold glittery pine cones with leaves on them. I'm going to put one in the middle and one on either side, just kind of for additional decor, to give it a little more interest. Now you can see the lines where I cut out the word happy and so forth, but I noticed there's like these little blue dots all over this. So I'm going to take a blue paint marker and I'm just going to put dots all the way around it. And I'm going to highlight with green the edges of some of the leaves and then add another piece of greenery right on there. And that's all I did. I think that it actually came out really cute, but it was a little tricky piecing it together. So, if that's something you're willing to do, then I'd say go for it. But I really enjoyed making it and just trying it out. Let me know what you think. Are you ready for more inspiration? I've got another video here I think you will really like. Click on it. I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. And don't forget to go down to the description box and the pinned comment to get the link for the collab playlist. You will love these ladies. Bye.